everybody, it's Guiding Halo. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be your daily reading for the 23rd, I guess now. Wow, time does fly. I know I always say that, but it just, as you tend to get older, I want to say, every moment becomes incredibly precious. And I think right now we're all spending a lot of time deciding what deserves our energy, what deserves our time, what deserves our everything, you know. Yeah. First off, we have the Protector. So someone might be wanting to stand up for themselves and not necessarily feeling apt to. But there's coming a time where very soon a lot of us are going to be even more so stepping in to protect our people, our love for ourselves, and what it is we choose to do for life. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with magic. Now, people that have been following my channel for quite some time understand this already, but for the new people, welcome, by the way. You're more than welcome here. Anybody is welcome here. There's much love here for you, and understanding, and caring, and joy, and hope. That's why I call it the daily hope. Protector. So perhaps you're finding the need to protect yourself if you're just awakening. Perhaps there's something that you have come to awaken to, that for some time you've not wanted a partner. You've been working on yourself, working on everything that you want to create in your life. And it seems to me that someone is thinking, you know what, it might be nice to, yeah, I just heard that they think it's a fallacy. It's like, yeah, whatever. A protector, someone to come along and protect me, psh, please. Seems that perhaps the people you've been attracting in your life have been the people that need the protecting. And maybe for males that are watching this channel, perhaps you're feeling like you would like a partnership to protect. Perhaps you're starting to come into tune with the protector in you, and that you feel you've got enough and what it takes to protect the ones that you love and yourself. The partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Look at that. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So if there's something you want to work on, I just had this very thought earlier as I was driving today. Anyway, if there's something that you want to work on, or you need help with in that work, perhaps partnership is your best way forward. And perhaps in that partnership you will feel very much more protected. If you're afraid to start something new, or you're afraid to start something period, because you always end up the protector, and you would be like to be protected. In order to do that, you've got to step more into your feminine energy, which is, there's a lot of that going on right now. For those who are masculine, more on the masculine side, you'll find yourself stepping into more of feminine energy. And for those who are more feminine, you'll find yourself stepping into more masculine energy. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. That's a really hard thing, right? Like, yeah, that's a really hard thing a lot of times, trust. Because trust isn't an outside job, it's an inside job. I find that if you don't trust people out in the world, or partners, or whichever, don't trust that you won't be taken for granted. Perhaps it's because you don't trust yourself to protect you. So how can you trust yourself that somebody else will have your highest good at the forefront of their situation or your situation with them. And perhaps there's been this energy of needing to protect yourself and protect others, perhaps. But somebody here is receiving messages from the divine about this. This protective energy, this you may have so much love for somebody. I just had an overwhelming, wow, the emotion. Hoofty, man. The emotion I just felt come over me is intense. So I myself am working through trust issues. And I've always said that trust issues, they stem from an inside job of not trusting that regardless of what hurts your heart, regardless of what comes your way, that you'll be able to be okay on the other side of it. Trust is so much about being able to trust yourself and be able to see into things before you jump quickly. So I think there's going to be a new element of trusting your intuition. And this trust, and trust in the divine as well, that the direction of the universe, that you are headed in that right direction, and you know you're being guided. There's something huge about coming into a new understanding of trust and what that means for you. I choose to learn through love. So perhaps love has really been a painful thing for you in this life, and you've not been able to have the trust in people that you need to have, or perhaps not been able to have the trust in yourself that you need to have, because there's been a disconnect between trusting the divine and trusting you. Trusting the divine, that there's something about paying attention here to the, I can't even say red flags, because they're not red flags. It's almost like understanding why this relationship is coming to you in the first place. And when you understand why the relationship or the partnership or the whichever is coming to you in the first place, then you end up feeling protected. If you have the attitude and adopt the attitude that you are absolutely divinely guided to every point of place in your life, you actually lose all of any resentment. The relationship you've been through, how you were treated, anything. It may not have been fair, but you choose to stay as long as you did. You chose to stay as long as you did. You chose the things that you chose for reasons. So what are those reasons? Why did you choose that when you knew? And it's like we beat ourselves up over it. We beat ourselves up over the fact that we knew, but we chose to stay. And then we tell ourselves it all had to do with soul lesson. Our souls needed to learn that lesson, or we needed to learn this or learn that. But then you sit there going, well, I've learned this over and over and over again. I'm tired of learning this. Someone is coming into a new understanding. You have broken a cycle. What's coming by the end of this week is a breaking of a cycle in emotion. Now, if you have not listened to is it Silver Cove or something like that? Gosh, I can't remember now. My friend O here on the channel, you'll see her comment on occasion, sent me this link, and it was beautiful. I absolutely loved the way he read the charts. I loved the way he talked about what this solar new moon eclipse here is taking us into. It's absolutely amazing the way he communicates. It's not brash, it's not anything, and it's not in a fear-based situation. And he talked about his own honesty in the circumstances with the solar eclipse, as to, asking for help. And that's exactly what he was talking about. So it's not surprising these cards came out today. It's a big thing for me, I know, trust in relationships and having a guard up to protect myself. I've said on this channel before, I always used to say that, and I always used to think it was a beautiful truth, but I don't believe it as a beautiful truth anymore. It's just another wall. This saying that, well, you can be in love relationship with whoever you're in relationship with. But when that person runs away or it doesn't work out, who's there for you? Your family is there for you through all of the pain and all the stress. But the reality is even that's not the case, depending on your situation. Have you put blocks up there too as to what family can do for you and what family can give to you? I know I have. I definitely have, and it's been in a protective type energy. And valuing your energy. Now, if we trust that the divine has taken us to every moment and every place and every situation for absolute reason, for absolute purpose, we understand that pain has a purpose in our life as well. We understand that joy has a purpose in our life as well. We understand all of those things. Now I've gotten off track and I forgot what I was going to say. So it must have been divinely guided that happened. Perhaps that's tomorrow's reading. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. So when you are facing outer experiences and you're having to trust, you're having to, whichever, the divine is going to send experiences into your life, even through partnerships, that are going to mirror the outside of what you're feeling inward. Okay, so the what I'm feeling inward for me this week would very much be about my lack of, well, I can't even say lack. It's not a lack, it's an overwhelming presence, actually. An overwhelming presence of expecting the worst. Who's doing this to me? Who's saying this behind my back? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? It's like there's this protective energy to protect your soul. But the only protection you really need is in the divine. And if divine energy flows through you, even for me to bring this message to you, then what's all the protection about? Are we actually truly in the depths of our soul in fear and not trusting what the divine's trying to teach us? Am I in fear about what the divine is going to teach me next? Because I'm going to have to step out of my shell. I'm going to have to step out from under this protector energy. I'm going to have to step out from under that and actually go into a mode of partnership and love and understanding that I'm in partnership with the divine, truly at a very deep level. I mean, I can say that all I want, but am I in partnership with the divine? I want you guys to take everything that I am saying here for yourselves. Okay. Are you in partnership with the divine? If you have trust issues about where the divine's taking you. Your outer experiences are a reflection of your internal condition. What's your internal condition? Well, I've been feeling like, who's doing this behind my back? Who's doing this? Who's saying this? Who's like putting a wrench in there? Who's this? Who's that? Things are coming up that are hurting you possibly this week, really like hurting your feelings. But if your feelings are stabilized in divine love and you understand that what's coming towards you from someone else's feelings is a reflection of them, not you, and this is something we've told ourselves all along, so this is what's changing. This whole idea that this reflection is their issue. Because if you are the sun and center of your own world, and everything revolves around you, because everybody is the sun and center of their own world. You are. Because whatever you touch in tendril is what affects you, and what's on the outside of you is what is absolutely divinely there to protect that center energy or not protect. Well, here's the word protect. Perhaps that's a fallacy as well. See, everything happens by divine purpose. I said you are the center energy, and all these things out here are to protect you. But the reality is they're not protecting you. And that there could be the misconception. We put these people, we have our family around us, we have all of these things here to protect us, to help hold our heart in the highest esteem. But what actually holds your heart in the highest esteem? I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Can you drop everything that is around you? All the people, all the emotion, all the energy, everything, just for a minute and get real with you? Oh man, this week is all about getting real with you. It's about me getting real with me too. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. You might sit there and go, yeah, joyful presence. Yeah. I've been stabbed this week. Things have been said to me that hurt me. I didn't protect myself. I didn't say anything because I sit there and go, okay, well, what is actually coming towards me is a reflection of what I feel within. So I already feel that, which is why I've drawn it to me. I already feel like I haven't been a good enough mom. Someone out there feels that, huh? I already feel like the reason I don't have a partner is because I'm not ready for one and I can't seem to align myself with one because I always turn them away. So there's that flip side of thing. But then there's also the knowing that I also have to stand up for myself, and I also have to bring forward to myself what it is that I desire. And in not letting people walk all over me anymore, we tell ourselves we've taken our power back. But the truth is, you can't give your power away. That divine light that flows through you is divine light that flows through you. It's not something you can give away. It's not your power. It's power of the divine. And if it flows through you, it's not yours to give away or to take from anybody else. It's for the divine to yield and wield in your life. So that's something else we've told ourselves. I think there's a lot of questioning our partnership with the divine and what that really means. Our partnership with others in this life and what that really means. Asking for help, reaching ourselves out there, asking the divine to show us a new way. I've been asking the divine to show me a new way. And I believe it's coming to me in small whispers of love from Source. We have all come here to get closer to love. We have all come here to understand what love is. Love for all things, love for ourselves, love for others. All of these sorts of things. But the reality is, I believe, or have believed up to this point. So perhaps that's where the energy is shifting in whatever you have believed up to this point. Now, understand that I am a Virgo and I have Mercury right in aspect to this solar eclipse. And Mercury just went retrograde. For me, I was born during Mercury retrograde. So all of these truths are going to be coming to me. When you're born during Mercury retrograde and you go into Mercury retrograde, it's like coming home to the trust, the protector energy, that what is inside of you anyway, the truth that you are, all of these sorts of things I choose to learn through love. That's what we all chose when we come here. So when you're focusing just simply on money and you're focusing on all of these sorts of things, about building a business, about building all these sorts of things, can you always include love in that? Love for self, love for your time, love for your energy, love for the divine. How do you embody love? How do you do that? That's a good question. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel, look at that, whatever feelings live below the triggers. So what's triggering all of this? What are the feelings that trigger it? Is it feelings of not being enough? Or having people point out that you are not the center of their world, that they are, and that they have other people that they can go to, that you're not the everything? Well, the thing is you don't need to be the everything, because your everything should stem from the center of the divine. people will sit there, I don't know if that's true either, because I know I'm coming into a massive awakening and there's a massive shift going on within me. So I know that my readings are going to change up. I know they are. This has a lot to do with this whole vibrational currency thing. You know, I've been talking about, and where does your vibrational currency go, and how is it that you project it outwards? You know, like I listened to that gentleman speak, Christopher is his name. I listened to him speak, and he, shout out to him. Man, that was amazing. Really, actually listening to that put me in touch with my emotion. And like he says in that video, how much, I just want you guys to go listen to it. How much space have you been allowing for your emotions in your life? You know, how much space have you been allowing for your emotional health and your emotional growth? How much space have you been allowing? So what are the triggers that live below the feelings that you feel? What's triggering you this week? Could it be family? Could it be friends? Maybe it's a partnership. Something's triggering you. We all came to learn through love. We all need to trust that the direction, always trust the direction of the universe and know you're being guided. Know that whatever emotions come up, you're absolutely being led. It's absolutely beautiful. So how do we embody this joyful presence? Perhaps it's joyful enough. You don't have to run around happy all day, but perhaps it's joyful enough just to simply sit with your emotions and have joy and understanding that you actually have emotions. Yeah, how many of you have been wandering around not in touch with your emotions? This person has for quite some time. Not allowing healing because I've been keeping the emotional truths at bay in many areas of my life. So what are your emotional truths? Coming into new understanding of emotional truths. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. So how often do you beat yourself up about the imperfection that you are? How often do you beat yourself up because you've not done enough? How often do you beat yourself up because you made a wrong choice, or what you think is wrong, but in actuality was actually divine guided? It was guidance that you were supposed to be in that circumstance. The divine is protecting you here. You are in partnership with the divine. If you need help, ask for help. There's a lot of old things coming up for a lot of people right now, and I know it's not just me because I've been getting messages about it. So what are the old things that are coming up for you that are trying to give you a new understanding of what love is, about what you actually came here to do? What partnerships are you actually in that you've came here to do and to learn through love, whether it's work or actual love relationships or family or whichever? Expectation. Be open for whatever comes next. It might just be the music your heart's been waiting to hear. I'm telling you, it is darkest emotionally before the dawn emotionally. It is darkest financially before the dawn financially. It is darkest in all ways before the dawn in all ways. It's like that whole eye of the storm thingy I was talking about. Look at that, cycles. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. What fear do you have? Trust. Fear of trust. Release fear of trust. Trust this powerful process. We begin this reading with trust and we end it with trust. So there's some sort of thing, well, definitely for me anyway, that people are coming to understanding about what trust is. Are you fooling yourself in the level of trust you have in the divine? Or are you walking through life being, I trust the divine, I'm joyous, I'm putting beauty out there, I'm this, I'm that, and you're walking around feeling happy, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful energy. But if you're to really sit with yourself, I think there's a lot of questioning coming up here. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. The colorful parts of you that lead into sadness, the colorful parts of you that don't trust, the colorful parts of you that need growth, you've got to honor those too. Feel confident about being you. If you're sad one day, be confident about being sad. That you have reason to be sad, that you are being led to work through those emotions. You are the joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. So can we find joy in the fact that we would really like to cry? Now, that's an interesting understanding. We talk about it as honoring ourselves, but can we find joy in the fact that we just want to cry it out? Can you find joy there? Can you even understand that there's joy in the fact that you will just release those emotions? And it's not even about releasing them. Perhaps really when you cry, it's not about releasing the emotions. It's about just simply honoring them and accepting that they're there and that they're there to stay. Those emotions that are yours are true, divine, powerful love as well. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. And understand that whatever it is that you want to cry about and the emotion that brings up for you is absolutely beautiful. Because you, through those emotions, are coming into a clearer understanding of exactly the gentle, kind, caring energy and love and all of those emotions, the way you feel that people might call negative, the way you feel that you want to bring into your life, or that you feel there may have been just a mishap in, or you're not quite connecting with knowledge. There's no such thing as lack. There's only the distance and resistance between point A and point B. When we say lack, it's the distance between being the student and being able to teach. So what is the distance? What is in that space? It's knowledge. It's learning. There's no such thing as lack. There's no such thing as lack. When you sit there and say, well, I don't have the understanding yet. There's no such thing as lack. Point A is here, point B is here. All there is the resistance between where you're at and where you feel going to will bring you the joy. My question is, can we have joy in the resistance? Can we have joy in the resistance? Can we relish the resistance? Can we understand that between that energy, and I've always been helping people lose the resistance. Can we relish the resistance and start to get really excited about the resistance when you feel that, because you know there's learning happening? Even through the tears, can you find joy in the fact that you're learning through the love of the divine? Wow, this is so powerful for me. Helping people lose the resistance, the best way to do that is to understand there's nothing to lose, because you're absolutely where you're supposed to be at any divine given moment. And to find the joy in that moment, even in the tears, because you're actually a person that has emotion, and you've been brought here to have that emotion and to show others the trueness of who you are through emotion. Can you get that vulnerable? Can you get that vulnerable? Can you get that vulnerable with the divine? Can you get that vulnerable with yourself? Can you? Well, I'm telling you, that's my new mission, to get vulnerable with myself, to understand that the things that, the triggers, the feelings and emotion that live below the triggers are beautiful. Any hurt that you feel is beautiful. Why is it beautiful? Because without the emotion that was there in the first place, there would be no hurt. And without emotion, we're all just a bunch of robots running around doing whatever it is. Be open for whatever comes next. It might just be the music your heart's been waiting to hear. We are all becoming. Surrender to your changes. Release your fear. Trust this powerful process. This is such a beautiful reading. Oh, does it resonate with me? No. Conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help, guide, and comfort you. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. So perhaps there's been a hesitation, and perhaps you've been beaten on yourself because you've not been able to step into something, and you have been labeling it as, I am not trusting enough. Are you not trusting enough, or is the universe telling you, no, not right now? Are you blaming the emotions that you're feeling? Are you blaming the emotions that you're feeling on yourself? Are you blaming a lack of trust? There's no such thing as lack. There's only abundance of trust. Are you blaming the fact that you don't feel trust on yourself? Or are you accepting it as intuition? This is about really getting in touch with your intuition. You've got to trust your emotions as your emotional guidance system. It is the only guidance system that you should be trusting. You feel your way forward one step at a time. You feel your way into faith one step at a time. And you feel your way into trusting that your emotions are part of your intuition. So if your emotions are telling you something, I want you to trust that what you're feeling is absolutely bang on. You got to trust that what you're feeling is bang on. And trust it as your intuition. It doesn't matter how many people say, oh no, that's not the way it is. Oh no, don't feel that way. Have you had people tell you not to feel that way? That is blatant telling you not to trust your intuition. Don't trust your intuition. Don't trust your feelings. That's not the truth of the situation. Trust your feelings. Trust your feelings. No, conditions aren't favorable right now. Look into other options. Because this is a no card and conditions aren't favorable, you'll know what that's about, guaranteed. You always do, using your intuition. Wait or look into other options and ask for help. There's people around you can ask for help, partnership. Let your community nourish and protect you. Something about protection. Ask for help. See, ask for help. Ask for help. Ask for help. If you don't have anyone else to ask for help, ask the divine for help. Ask your people on your channel for help. I know a lot of tarot card people that do tarot cards and stuff watch my channel. So ask for help and be open to whatever comes next in this emotional situation and times that we're in. Be open to it, because there's something in an understanding that is completely washing away with a completely brand new set of understanding about what currency actually is and vibrational currency and how it is you move forward. If your intuition and your emotions aren't feeling good about something, if your emotions aren't feeling good about something, there's damn reason why. Trust it. Trust that the divine is trying to protect you. You are an old soul. You are an old soul. So you've been through this already. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Trust your emotions. Awaken to the powerful forces within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Calling someone on their shit. Calling you on your shit is a big deal. And maybe conditions aren't favorable for you to get right real with yourself right now. Ask for the angels to guide and comfort you. as you move forward. It's important that we remember we are not alone. And if you only knew who it was that walked beside you every day, you would never doubt, never have one single ever doubt again. Whoa, holy crap. Well, I got like 6 cards that just flew out. I'm going to take the one that went down, face down, because it's what we're not seeing. Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance. Man, this card keeps coming, hey. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Look at this. No, conditions aren't favorable right now. Let the divine move forward, everything forward in a new cycle, and you'll be amazed at what comes next. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. See, this is a big part of the reason that I've stepped back from doing all of the Virgo weeklies and the Virgo and all the other sun sign readings, because I'm trusting my intuition here from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be so glad you did. Love you. So you're being protected from something and being asked to step back from it. I choose to learn through love. Choose to learn through observation. Choose to learn through your emotions. Trust them as your intuition, emotional guidance system forward. Understand that we are all becoming. I think there's a big, huge fear of trust. Who can I trust? Even in the outer world right now, who can I trust? Who can't I trust? Maybe we need to start looking at our emotions as our guidance system forward, and our emotions as part of the intuitional situation. And when you do, when you get to a place, it's very hard for people in your life to deal with somebody who has this emotional thing going on, because they can peg everything. Why? Because they use their emotional system or their emotions moving forward as their guidance system. And they trust 1000% the divine and the direction. They know they're being guided by their emotions. You may think they're crazy, you may think they're whatever, but I'm telling you right now, they don't really care what you think. Because when you get to this place and you understand that you've broken a cycle simply by using your emotions as your emotional guidance system forward and trusting that that's part of your intuition, you really start to figure out a lot about yourself, and you really start to figure out a lot about others. And that is where the protection comes. If you need help in understanding, you need help in love, you need help in knowledge, you need help in many ways, ask for it, because it's here for you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.